Hello everyone, let's build some magic. Today's use case is that we would like to do a roll-up summary using flows. Right now I'm looking on the account record and I created these 4 custom fields. Number of closed won opportunities, amount of closed won opportunities, number of closed lost opportunities, and amount of closed lost opportunities. So basically, what we would like to do is get the flow to open this account record, go through the list of related opportunities, check the ones that are closed won, count them, and put the number here. Count the amount for each one of them, the sum of amounts, and put the number here, and repeat the same process for closed lost opportunities. To do that, I am using a scheduled triggered flow. The scheduled triggered flow, what it does, which is very important, it goes through the list of records specified in the object here. I'm specifying the account object without any conditions so that it goes through every account record. And then this would perform a flow interview per record. So this is not going to perform this process on all accounts at once. It's going to open the first account, run the flow from beginning to end, and then it's going to start another flow interview on the following account record, run the flow from beginning to end, and will keep repeating these processes. There is one thing in the scheduled triggered flow called it's the global variable record. The global variable record here. This is referencing the current flow interview account record. So every time the scheduled triggered flow will go through accounts one by one. So it would open the first one, and then the global variable record is referencing this record. And then when the flow finishes, it will start another one for the following record, and then the global variable record is then referencing that record. So a scheduled triggered flow that's going to run daily, going through all account records. We're getting the related opportunities, looping through them to check the stage. If the stage is closed won, I have a set of variables here. If it is closed won, then add a number 1 to the number of closed won opportunities, and add the amount to amount of closed won opportunities variable. Same thing with closed lost. We are adding 1, that's the count, and we are adding the amount to the amount variable, and then we are just updating the account with these numbers and amounts. Now let's go ahead and build that from scratch. So this is a schedule triggered flow. We would like this to run, to start running tonight, preferably to make it run outside of working hours. If it's gonna slow down the org a little bit, this should probably happen outside of people working in the org. So usually it's done in a nightly batch, outside of working hours anytime. And very important note here, this date and time is referencing the org time zone. So it's looking at the org's time zone. This can be found under company information in the setup menu. So that's the default time zone. So when does this flow run? It's based on this. That's the date and that's the time. And would like this to run on daily basis. Like this to go through all accounts without any conditions. I'd like it to check every account every night. So first thing we do is that we need to get the related opportunities. We're going to look for the opportunities where the account ID equals global variable record ID. So we're looking for all opportunities that are under this account. And for these opportunities, we need just the ID, we need the amount, we need the list of opportunities here, all of them. We need the ID, we need the amount, and we need the stage name. Remember, we just get the fields that we need. If I don't know exactly what fields do I need, I can just start with the ID only, and as I am building the flow, then I would add the ones that I need. If it's a small flow, it would sometimes it's okay, but generally better to only collect the fields that we need for performance. Once we have the related opportunities, it's time to loop through them. Loop ops. Then we will need to check the stage of the opportunity. Is it closed won or is it closed lost? You can apply this on other stages as well. I'm just setting these as examples. If it is closed won, then the current item from loop would have the stage closed won. If it is closed lost, how can we identify that? Current item would be closed lost. Now that we have gone through the first account, gone through the opportunities that are related, looking through the first of these opportunities now, checking the stage if it is closed won or lost. Now, what should we do with that? For closed won, we need to count the number and we need to count the amount. So let's create two variables now. The first one is the number of closed won opportunities. And that's a number. You can set these fields as currencies. It's up to you at the end. And I'll set the default value as 0, and then I'll be adding numbers to these to this 0 here. So I created the number of closed opportunities. I also need the amount of closed won opportunities. Amount. And I'll set that as a number as well with zeros here. So I've got the amount variable and I get the number variable. Now let's go ahead and assign these. Assign number and amount of closed won. Number of closed won. Since it starts with 0, I am adding 1. So every time there is a closed won opportunity in the loop, we just add 1 towards the end. And then for the amount of closed won opportunities, we are not going to add 1 in this case. We're going to add the amount. So the amount would be current item amount. Now we need to repeat this exact process for closed lost. I need the closed lost opportunities and number 0 and 0, number of closed lost opportunities, and now amount of closed lost. Now, if you'd like to do that, you can do Shift V to find out the most recent ones that you copied. So I need the amount of closed lost opportunities, and that would be a number. Again, zeros here. And I'll make a copy of this, paste it here. It's quite similar. Now let's make it, update the name to reflect relevant information. That's closed lost. So assign number and amount of closed lost here. This is now, we should assign these values to the closed lost variable. Now, since I already know the name exactly, I can just type it down and click outside and then it would identify it, or I can just select it from the drop down. So So I'm adding 1 to the, that should be the number. That should be the number of closed lost. Number of closed lost, we're adding 1. Amount of closed lost, we're adding the amount. Double check in here. Again, same mistake. This is the number of closed won. We're adding 1, and the amount, we're adding the amount. Okay, so now that we have these numbers and amounts, we are ready to assign these to the account record itself. We'll do that with an update element and update account. What are we going to update? We're going to update the record that's currently running. And then what we will do is for the number of closed, I'll copy that for reference, number of closed won, and then I need the number of closed won and the number of closed lost. I need the number of closed lost, and then amount of closed won, amount of closed won, and amount of closed lost, amount of closed lost. Reviewing number one, number lost, and amount won, amount lost. Here's amount lost. And we're done with this, and then we can save this. Update account. Just Rollup summary demo. Let's activate this one. Hold on for a second. I'll just deactivate the other one so we can test this. I'd like this to run in 3 minutes maybe. So that's all right. Hold on. That's 2:45 a.m. So now we will just do the testing. If you'd like to stick around, or perhaps you can just speed this video up a little bit to see the result. 2:45. I don't want it to be 2:45, and I just need a couple of minutes to prepare a couple of records for testing. And just closing all of this. Let's do testing accounts. Just Rollup 1 and create a couple of opportunities. One closed one and another closed one. With these, let's do one closed lost. Let's create one more. And creating a couple of opportunities. Okay. Closed one. Another closed one. And one closed lost. And this is going to run in 1 minute. So I guess we'll just wait for that to run. I wish I did have the time and the skills to perform video edits and montage and whatnot. All right, so it's 48. It should run. Refreshing, and checking test rollup 1. Let's see, we've got some numbers here. Let's see if we got them right. So closed one, we've got 2 and 1 lost. So 2 closed one and 1 lost. The amounts, we've got 1,201 and 600 lost, 1,201 and 600 lost. Checking the second record. Here as well, 2 closed one, that's 1,100 and 100, that's 1,200, and 2 records. And here we've got 600 lost, 600, and that's 1 opportunity lost. That's how to do a roll-up summary without a master detail relationship. There are some tools out there that does that as well if you don't want to build a flow, but then you will need to set them up like Rollup Helper. That's it for today. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye bye.